What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're talking about NBA 2K19, some news, new information about player creation, progression VC, MyCAREER, customizing your player, neighborhood design and neighborhood games, neighborhood themes, and events. First, let's start off with player creation. Now, these include some quotes from Ben Bishop, a senior producer, and Jeff Thomas, VP of Sports Development at the 2K Sports. Okay, so Ben Bishop, the goal is to make it so whatever style of play you prefer, you're not going to be at a disadvantage. We want them all to be relatively equal, so we spend a lot of time evening those out. So he's saying they spent a lot of time making the builds balanced and even as far as the competitive side of it. Okay. In the full game, you'll be able to see how attributes max out instead of just a color meter. You won't see it in the Prelude version, but once the main game hits, as you are changing your archetypes, there is a button you can hit to bring up a list of what your max will be for each attribute. You can see how the different combinations affect it. Then when you move over to height, weight, and wingspan, it's the same thing. You can see if you go up 2 inches, this is what attributes are going to change. Okay, so it's going to show you by the number when you change your height, weight, and wingspan, things like that. It's going to show you the actual attribute number. Progression/VC. You start as a 60 overall. Difficulty modifier returns. That's a long time thing that people want. You get more VC for playing on Hall of Fame mode than you would if you were playing on an easier mode like All-Star, or Pro, or Superstar. There have been changes to VC distribution, no specifics. If you go to practice after every game, that gives you the opportunity to move up much more quickly. When he's talking about raising your overall much more quickly. One of the things we did in practice, for example, last year, you had a set amount of drills and they were tied sometimes to multiple badges. You could do a drill and maybe not get any extra points toward that badge. This year, we have a drill that's 1-to-1 to every single badge. So if you want to go and target ankle breaker or some other specific badge, you can be sure that you're going to get points toward that. To combat the complaints and make the game more consumer friendly, 2K has cut back on the VC demands and made it easier to acquire the in-game currency. The new progression bar will show you how much more your MyPlayer has to accomplish to get to the next level for every badge and every in-story promotion, such as attaining 6-man status, becoming a starter. Even endorsement deals are included in the progression bar. Players will receive daily bonuses and even an opportunity to spin a prize wheel at the in-game casino. Okay. Chances to win VC clothing and equipment for their player. MyCAREER. Be Fresh won't be hanging around. Okay. New All-Star Game format has been added to the MyPlayer. Can even be the captain who chooses teams. Okay. Team chemistry is managed through your quotes, your dialogue with fans, as well as teammates, coaches, and the media. You can add banners in your MyCourt to representing your accomplishments in the neighborhood. New ranking system that separates MyCAREER from Park and Pro-Am. Haircuts are free this year, and you can preview them before actually completing and telling the barber to cut your hair. Okay. There will be regular clothes drops similar to My Team Pack drops. Wheels is a new store to buy skateboards, scooters, bikes. Okay, all that are faster than walking. There will be a new NBA 2K League clothing in store. Okay, so new NBA 2K League clothing in the store. Mascots are back. Neighborhood day-night cycles through every 6 hours. Every 6 hours you would see one day-night cycle complete. So it's probably about 3 hours each. You can change clothes from the menu instead of MyCourt. You can go to practice straight from the post-game locker rooms without ever having to step foot in the neighborhood. Jordan Rec Center is a replacement to Pro-Am Walk-On. Players are not visible in the neighborhood if they have been idle for a while. So all the people just standing around, they're going to be invisible until you start to move, apparently. There's more of a variety of where you spawn this year. A My Team store has been added where you can create a My Team card for your My Player to use in the unlimited online head-to-head My Team mode. So you can now use your MyCAREER player in My Team online. Okay, neighborhood games. Quickly, let's go over the dodgeball side of it. While in the neighborhood, you will get a notification dodgeball is starting. Everyone meets at a gated area. You can have 10 to 20 seconds to run around and get ready. Then balls spawn everywhere. You can dodge, jump, slide, and all kinds of weird dodges. Works like a shooter. You target with the right stick. Goal is to be the last person standing. If the game continues for a while, everyone must go to Iverson Park for a close quarters combat. He calls it a storm. If you don't get in there and you are out, yes, he said the word storm. So basically this is 2K Fortnite. Okay, let me read that one more time. He calls it a storm if you don't get in there and you are out. Okay, I think that's a typo. So if you don't get in the storm, you're going to be out. Does not interfere with games at all. Hoodies can be worn on your head this year. Yes, you can trash talk your opponents. Lots of new clothes. Separate rep for Park, Pro-Am. Different from Road to 99. JRC, Jordan Rec Center, is matchmaking only. Blow-bys are a lot different this year, apparently, according to Mike Wang. It's a stick matching system. He says you basically want to match what your opponent is doing with the sticks to stop blow-bys. Every build is able to get greens. It's just harder for some. There is 4v4 in the park at certain times, depending on what event at the time. Mike Wang holds back from saying the neighborhood is bigger. He emphasizes that they try to make it easier to navigate without long roads. There's an area of the park that's there for regular park games, but the big section you see in the trailer changes for events. Okay, you can talk to the opposing team in park. Glad they brought that back, but you can talk some trash. Okay, he goes on to say 2K20 begins immediately after the team takes a short break. And at the end of the actual video on Periscope, I was watching it, he actually suggested what the community would think about removing the shot meter from NBA 2K20. I personally would love that because I know the shot meter has really nothing to do with shooting. A lot of people probably do, but they don't understand shooting apparently. But yeah, anyways, he's thinking about removing the shot meter for 2K20. There's some info. Peace out.